I believe Pepe might be getting ready to explode in value, potentially going back to all-time highs. Make sure you guys stay till the end to hear something that everyone is getting wrong about Pepe. Here's the current chart for Pepe, and this is what I want to talk about first. Obviously, Pepe is down quite a bit from the all-time highs, peaking out here at about the 4 level right now, down about 1.2. So we're down dramatically for the price of Pepe. This is going to be something that's going to be very important later on. I don't know if you guys can guess what that's going to be. Let me know in the comments down below if you have a guess as to why this is so important. But right now, Pepe down about 66%. And this is causing a lot of people to say Pepe is done for. Pepe will never recover. Pepe is over. There's no way Pepe is going to go back to all-time highs or even overtake Shiba Inu or Doge. But I think there still is a strong chance that Pepe can do it. Doesn't mean it's guaranteed by any means, but there is historical trend of that happening. Right now, Pepe is down about 10% on the day, and I think this could actually be a good thing. And let me explain that here in just a second. But one thing I want to highlight for you guys is that a lot of people on Twitter have been pointing out some different technical analysis about Pepe. People have been looking at, for example, the Bollinger Bands. This was Kenobi. Kenobi's one person who basically was calling a lot of the major Pepe run-ups. Again, that doesn't mean that he's going to be right 100% of the time, but he did get it right a lot of the time. And he basically was pointing out the last time that we had this kind of action where the Bollinger Bands end up consolidating dramatically. Let me make that a little bit bigger for you guys so you can see that a little bit better. Last time these Bollinger Bands ended up getting this close together, we were back here at about $100 million market cap. Then we exploded up to a $500 million market cap. Right now, we're seeing some similar action. He's saying we might see, again, some similar price explosion. Probably not necessarily 5x, but I think that could push us back to all-time highs potentially. You see some other people are also talking about the fact that we're in consolidation right now. Basically, what you're seeing is volatility is decreasing for Pepe. We used to see these massive swings even before we saw the massive run-up in Pepe. As you guys can see it on my side right in here, we saw these massive swings in value. And then once we had the run-up, you again saw these massive swings in value. But since recently, we've seen a lot less intense on the swings of value for Pepe. We're seeing this consolidation happening. Now, what happened recently is we did see Pepe break through a major resistance point right in here. And so right now we are going down, and right here, this is actually my buy point. We're getting very close. My buy point is this line right here. This is a point where I'm going to be buying heavy again. Of course, I still hold Pepe right now, but I've been looking to dollar cost average and buy in. And this is one of the points where I'm looking to buy in pretty heavy again. And there's an important reason why that we're going to talk about here in just a second. If you guys appreciate videos like this, make sure you subscribe down below, hit the notification bell so you don't miss more videos just like this. While you're at it, why don't you also smash the like button? Now, one thing that I'm looking towards is Shiba Inu as a model for Pepe. This is something I've talked about a couple times on the channel, but I feel like a lot of people maybe are missing the point I'm trying to get to. What I'm talking about with Shiba Inu is we can see Shiba Inu. Let's zoom in here a little bit so see this a little bit better. Shiba Inu peaked right here, about $13.69 billion market cap. And then this was early May. You guys can see this date, May 10th. Then Shiba Inu price declined over the coming months, all the way down to a $2.6 billion market cap. They got just a tad bit lower than that at some points, but around $2.6 billion market cap. For Shiba Inu, this drop off that it experienced from this peak down to this bottom level that it then stabilized at for a while represented an 80% loss in value. Let me say that again. 80% loss in value. Pepe right now, let's pull it back up for you guys. Pepe right now from the peak down to where we are right now, down about 67%. If we drop down to my buy level, we're gonna be down 70%. If we go down to the next level below that, we'll basically be at 80% decline in value. And so the reason why I have my buy threshold placed right at this line is because at that point we'll be down just about 70%. I think Pepe is going to go down maybe 70%. I think it's going to hit that point again. And when it does happen, I think we'll maybe see something like Shiba Inu. We saw Shiba Inu decline, in this case, 80% in value, and then ended up shooting back up and going way beyond all-time highs, going up past a $40 billion market cap, as you guys can see right there. So when it originally peaked out about $13.5 billion, then it initially declined, went way back up to over $40 billion. I think Pepe could do a similar movement. That's why I want to buy when it's down about 70%. You might be asking, why not buy when it's down 80%? I don't know if it's going to go down 80%. I don't know what's going to happen, but again, this is where I brought up earlier, dollar cost averaging. This is going to be one of my major thresholds where I'm fine if I buy here, and then let's say it declines a little bit further, goes down to here. That's okay for me because I think it's going to run up. I don't want to miss the buy opportunity for it to run up, but I also don't want to buy when it's too high. For me, this is kind of a good middle point where it could definitely go lower in my opinion, but if it does explode in value, I could see some really nice gains. For example, if I end up buying at that threshold and we just look at going back up to all-time highs, we don't even go beyond that, we go back to all-time highs, looking at over 200% gain on my Pepe investment. That would be absolutely massive. And then if we go beyond that, we do something similar to Shiba Inu, where then maybe it goes up to 4x the all-time highs that initially hit like Shiba Inu did, this could be absolutely massive gains. But again, I want to buy right, because let's say instead of buying at this bottom line that I have right here, maybe I bought right up here. It doesn't look like it's that significant of a difference, but if we went back up to all-time highs, that's only going to be 100% gain. Gain's going to be basically half as much because the price now is decreasing on a percentage basis so much more, even though it looks small. And so this is kind of the cool thing about how compounding or how different investment returns actually work out, which is why I want to be buying Pepe at about that line. Now let's talk about that one bit of information that I think everyone is getting wrong that is actually extremely bullish for Pepe. When people look at the top 10 holders, people go over here, they look at the top 10 holder breakdown, and they see, oh, the top 10 holders have basically 40% of the total supply. That's a major red flag. People look at that and they say, oh, 40%, that's bad. Whales are holding all this kind of stuff. That's not entirely true. That's not entirely accurate. When we look at the breakdown of these top holders, let's go back over here. You guys can see a lot of these are exchanges. We have Binance right here, OKX right here, Binance again, KuCoin, MEXC, Gate.io, a lot of different exchanges. And then of course the Uniswap liquidity pool, more exchanges down below that top 10. But out of that top 10, roughly 30% of that is held by exchanges. 5% is held by this multi-sig wallet that's held by the team. And then 1% is down here held by the Uniswap liquidity pool. And so really the vast majority of those top 10 wallets are exchanges. And when you look at that and we total that up with these other exchanges that are outside the top 10, for example, we get closer to 45 to 50% of all Pepe held on exchanges. Now, what's important to note, that doesn't mean that the exchanges own these cryptocurrencies. People get this wrong as well. They see Binance and they assume that this is CZ Binance's personal Pepe holdings. And they say, well, why would Binance be accumulating Pepe unless they think something's great is going to happen? The mistake that comes out of that, the reason why they're saying that, is that they think that this is held by Binance, the corporation. Binance owns this Pepe. CZ Binance owns this Pepe. This $100 million of Pepe. That is not accurate. What this is Binance's customers' holdings. So if you use the Binance platform and you deposit your Pepe or you want to buy Pepe on the platform, that's where that shows up. And if you want to buy Pepe on MEXC, for example, it's going to show up right here as this total. This total value is all the people on MEXC who hold Pepe. And if you guys want to buy Pepe on MEXC, you guys can deposit and trade $100 worth of Pepe for free. It's a sweet deal that they're doing. There's only 2 days left in this deal. You can also earn up to $9,000 worth of USDT. All the terms are here. It's going to be linked in the description down below. You guys can check it out. All you have to do is create an account, deposit, and trade within the next 2 days to then end up earning these benefits. So MEXC doing this nice benefit program when other exchanges are not. But the reason why I think this is such a good thing that exchanges are accumulating so much Pepe, and again, not that they own the Pepe, but that the people on the exchange platform are buying Pepe and it's accumulated in the exchange wallets. The reason why I think that's a good thing is, let's say, for example, all the Pepe traded hands and was sold. All the Pepe was sold, as an example here, at this price point right here. What would happen then? Well, now we have a whole new set of people who bought Pepe at this price point, at this 1-2 price point. The reason why they would do that is because they think the value of Pepe can go higher. They don't have a ton of gains that they could sell off and realize gains right now. They would be essentially losing value if Pepe value went below this threshold. A lot of people don't like to sell at a loss. They buy something because they believe the value is going to go up. They believe the value is higher. The problem we have right now is there are a lot of people who bought Pepe down in this range who have a lot of profit right now. Even people who bought in this range who initially saw a lot of profit and realized that profit when price was higher. So when you have people selling off, taking profits, it's going to cause the price to drop. But as we are having people sell their Pepe, more people are buying Pepe because they believe maybe Pepe can go back to all-time highs, which means there's going to be a large chunk of these new holders that are not going to sell their Pepe until that happens. A lot of people believe in diamond handing, where they just don't sell their Pepe unless it goes up to the value that they want it to go to. And this is a good thing because a lot of people, like myself initially, I admitted this in a video the other day, when I initially bought my Pepe at about $150 million market cap, I thought once it goes to $1 billion, that's probably going to be all it can do. That's when I'm going to be taking profits. That was my threshold. And so what happened once Pepe ended up going up to that over $1 billion market cap, when we saw this big peak, I ended up selling a lot of my Pepe. Still hold some Pepe to be clear, but I am taking profits at that point. But if people are buying now, people are buying Pepe right now at this, for example, basically $500 million market cap, they're going to look at it and go, well, Pepe peaked at $1.6 billion market cap. So they're going to believe, or a lot of them are going to believe, that it can go that high, which means that the price of Pepe has a higher chance of going that high, because you're not going to have a lot of people like myself initially who bought at $100, $200 million market cap that are taking profits, because now everyone who's holding Pepe is going to be looking for that higher price. Hopefully that makes sense, but basically we're going into some psychology here of investors. Investors want to buy something to make money, and so as people sell, new people are then buying on the flip side of that, which means as we're seeing this slow decline in price, a lot of people are taking profits, which means that a lot of people are buying in thinking that Pepe is going to go higher, which is going to help us have a higher chance of Pepe actually going higher. Kind of a self-fulfilling prophecy in a way. If that makes sense, let me know in the comments down below if that makes sense or not. And if you guys want to learn more about how Pepe, in my opinion, could overtake Dogecoin and some important factors that we need to look forward to for that to happen, check out this video up here, and I'll catch you on the next one.